Hey guys, what is that? That's a different noise other than the kazoo. Today is a little bit of an oddball. Not quite sure what we're going to see. If you don't like what you see, just hit that like button on the video and let me know in the comments that you didn't like what you saw. If you do like what you see, hit that like button on the video and let me know what you did think about what you saw. You remember I showed you this the other day, and I said I was going to go back to the estate sale again, and didn't know how much stuff I was going to get. I had a general idea. I found out the name of the person whose estate it was, Mary Ann K. Brown. She was a watercolorist and teacher, and there was an entire art studio filled with completed works, partially completed works, experimental stuff, things that were cut into scraps. She did, from what I can tell, primarily watercolors and collage. A lot of the collage was using cut up pieces of watercolors for the textures and patterns and whatnot. Mary Ann K. Brown, you can look her up. She's actually written a book as well. I knew that I wanted to get one or two complete pieces. And I knew that I wanted to get some of the things that had been cut up so that I could use them in other projects. I ended up getting something different than what I thought. And we're not gonna go through by detail because there's just too much. I will do that in some upcoming videos. If you're interested in seeing what I have, then keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. What I ended up getting was a box of photos. There were several file boxes filled with decades worth of photos that in the studio, which I think were used for ideas and inspiration and reference. So it's there's some other things mixed in here, other paper things, postcards, whatnot. So I got a huge box of photos. Going to be fun to look through those. I didn't look through them. I don't typically stand around and look through photos or postcards at an estate sale. I usually buy a box and then I look through them at my own leisure later on. And I also got a box of photos. These came from several different file systems that were going there. And I just gathered them all up into a few boxes. So that's two complete boxes of photos to be looked through. So that was the second thing that I got. Another thing that I got was a box of photos. So yeah, guys, I literally have thousands of photos to look through here. Not quite sure what I'm going to find. I've glanced at a few of them, a lot of landscapes and things. There are other things in here also, like some note cards and whatnot. Just a lot of paper stuff that was all filed and mixed up. Some of it needs to be cleaned off. You saw me, well, you didn't see, it was out of frame. I just pulled some cobwebs off. That is actually the Richmond San Rafael Bridge, and I have never seen it from that angle. That's pretty cool. I think I've seen these two rocks from the shore, but never seen the bridge from that angle. So it's going to be interesting for me to look through these. I did pick, this is going to be too big to show on the screen. I did pick a few paintings. Not sure if they're all by her or her students. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So I thought this was two paintings. I thought this was a painting. And I thought this was an art piece. This is what collage is, where you take pieces and glue them together. I didn't realize that they were front and back of the same thing. So that's pretty interesting. They're not signed. You still have pencil marks here, so this is an unfinished piece. May have been experiments, may have been student works. Not quite sure. Let me put that to the side. And then I picked a couple of more. Not sure who did these, not sure if they were finished or not. I don't see a signature. I just love looking at stuff like this. These two pieces, I probably will just frame them as is. If you guys didn't know how many silly different things I collect, I also have a growing art collection of not super professional art. But these are just really interesting images to me, and I probably will just frame these as they are. And then I threw this one in the mix. This, I see a name on here. Can't quite read it, but I think that might be the name of a student who was learning how to do all of these little details. And I think that's just a really interesting piece of art in and of itself. So, oh, I didn't even see the back of this with these interesting textures. I was thinking that some of this might make good backgrounds for things like my Minute Rips instead of that black background. And that brings me up to the other thing that I got. So I had a budget that I set, and what I've just showed you is what I got for my budget. And then I'm missing one thing that I was looking at before. I went back to get her name written down on something, and rather than writing it down, the person that was running the estate sale gave me this with her name written on there, Marianne K. Brown. And this is obviously a signed piece, so it's finished. So I'm probably just going to frame that as well. She told me you could sell that on eBay, but I think I'm just going to frame that. So that's where I got her name. And the last thing that I got was I had a couple of bucks left in my wallet, and so I asked them to just go get me $2 worth of scraps. And what I was given was this tote. I know that you guys probably think I'm crazy or weird, but you know, if you ever go and you buy just a random box of cards and you don't know what's going to be in it, I got this tote full of scraps so that I could just look through it and see what's in there and decide what I'm going to use the different things for. Some of them might make good backgrounds for a video that I'm making or photos that I'm shooting. Some of them might end up in cut up into other pieces used for other things. But I don't know what's in this box. It's going to be fun to look through it, and maybe I'll take you along with me. Unless you guys roast me in the comments too bad. So, thanks for watching. Look forward to what you guys have to say about all that. See you next time.